Good morning, good morning. We are live. Josh has just knocked everything over. Thanks, Josh. He's tiptoeing out. You know when you tiptoe and just especially when you, as a teen, you come home a bit drunk and you're trying to be. Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, thanks. Yeah, when you're trying to be quiet, and that's when you make the most noise. Yeah, that's Josh. But he's here today, which is lovely, albeit destroying things, which is fine. We'll just put them back together again. Yeah. That's what we do, isn't it, Jane?
Fixed, yeah.
Jane is here after her dance floor mishap. I think that's what we're going to call it.
Yes.
Yes. She assures me she's all right, else I would send her home. But she said keeping moving, the doctor said, was the best thing to do.
Yeah, it is. Just
have to believe her.
Just keep moving.
Keep moving. Isn't that what they say in, is it Finding Dory?
Yeah,
it's not the Nemo one, is it? Just keep swimming, keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
There we go. So we are just going to keep swimming this morning. That's what we're going to do. We've got Alison and Danny and Carol and Fiona and Lisa. Good morning to you. It's very lovely to have your company. And of course, everyone on YouTube. I always forget everyone on YouTube.
Oh, you mustn't forget the YouTubers.
Well, no, just to say hello. It's rude and I do apologise. So hello to all of you. Good morning to Judy. Before I forget, we've got the elephants in today.
They're lovely.
We had a little bit of an incident with the octopus yesterday. Emily was in helping me do the accounts. That always goes well. To be fair, I don't know if I told you, I fell asleep at my desk doing the accounts. I just nodded off slightly, and our childcare brought the kids back, and everyone thought I was just hiding from the kids trying to get some work done. It wasn't. I'd fallen asleep at my desk. Anyway, Emily came in and found me and woke me up, and so she was sitting there doing them with me, and she said, I don't like that octopus. I was like, oh, why is that? He's French. Bit harsh. What have the French ever done to you?
Yeah.
And she says he keeps saying things to me. She's 2. What's he saying to you, Emily? Come on, ça va? I'm like, what? What? Yes, he said, come on, ça va to me. I'm just like,
yeah. And she can speak French.
How do you respond to that? Like, seriously, how do you respond to a 2-year-old that replies to you in French?
You've got no chance. No chance.
And the woman that's looking after them during the holidays is her school teacher.
Yeah.
So I told Tara, she was like, well, where did she get that from? I'm like, well, you're her teacher, so I was kind of hoping you could tell me that. She's like, well, I don't speak French. I was like, okay. Good.
So maybe the octopus did speak to her.
Well, maybe the octopus did. Anyway, he's freaked us all out and he's sat in the corner thinking about what he's said to my daughter in French. But what a really random thing. Like, totally random.
Yeah.
I don't like him. He's French. That is Emily's views. I'd just like to say I have no problem with French people at all. I rather like them. Morning, Rona. Morning, ladies. Just received lots of fabulous fabric. I'm kind of hoping that's from us.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping. So. That's my hope on the matter. Morning, Jenny. Morning, Jane. Morning, Christine and Colette. Christine, no, Colette hopes that your back is okay.
It's still sore, but it's fine. It's much better than it was.
I'll let you tell the story.
Yeah.
Helen says,
funny.
Hi guys. Keep strutting your stuff, Jane. She would describe it as more of a waddle.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's less strut, more waddle going on. And your mum says hello.
Hi, Mum.
Yeah, you go. Did your mum witness your
No, she was
great
nowhere
manoeuvre?
to be found. When I was trying to get up and I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, I couldn't find my husband, I couldn't find my mother. Nobody to give me any sort of sympathy.
Was it just you on the dance floor?
No, fortunately there were lots of people, so nobody noticed really.
Nobody noticed. Dancing solo. Morning, Claire. Morning, ladies. I have you on to encourage me to tidy up. I don't encourage anyone to tidy.
No.
Well, that's.
It's not our forte, is it, really?
I thought you were going to say it's not our fault. It's not our fault. We didn't do it. Wasn't us. I have a lady coming this afternoon. Kids are wrecking as fast as I tidy. That's why you don't bother tidying with kids. You wait until they go to sleep and then you sort something. Morning, Karen. Morning, Lorraine. And morning to Geraldine, who says, hi, ladies. Hope Jane is feeling better. Sorry I can't stay working. Just gets in the way, doesn't it? We'll catch up later. I'm missing watching the live shows. Well, we're missing you too. Danny says morning from a COVID-infected home. I hope you feel better soon. Oh. It is one of those strange things, isn't it? I mean, I had COVID last year. None of us knew. Did shows all the way through it.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. Nobody was new. It was only when the NHS asked me to do a antibody test that I found out I had it. So, let's hope that you have it like that. I hadn't been well, to be fair. But at that point, none of my symptoms matched what they later said was COVID. So, hey. Myra is here in body. If I fall asleep, I give you permission to shout. You'd just be doing a me yesterday, having a nap.
It's when you nod off and you don't realise you've nodded off, isn't it? That's really bad.
A bit dribble, looking attractive. Anyway, Myra hopes that you're feeling better. I think most people can understand a bad back. And have had that pain at some point in their life. Morning, Lucy. Morning, Leslie. Morning, Karen. Morning, ladies. Jane, you all looked stunning at the weekend, didn't they? And the cake looked amazing.
Thank you.
We did realise that yesterday when we were, what was it? Monday, when we were talking about your photos, we all commented on how lovely you looked and how amazing the cake looked. And they were like, oh yeah, and the bride!
The bride is beautiful.
The bride also, she scrubbed up well too.
Charlie always looks beautiful.
Yeah, well that's just
But she looked even more gorgeous on Sunday.
And you have to on your wedding day, it's the law. Morning, Donna. She says, I will have to catch up later. Is currently sitting on Instow Beach out cycling. Oh, but I love that you managed to just dip in.
Yeah, that's nice.
I haven't been out cycling on a beach. And yeah, so anyway, lots of people saying that they hope that you feel better, Danny. And Fiona, quite understand all those columns used to make me sleepy. Maybe Emily can talk to animals. Emily talks to everyone, to be fair. She had just told Gemma that she didn't like her. I think this is the problem. And she told Gemma that she didn't like her, and I made her apologise because that's not very polite. And so that was when she said that the octopus had said something and she didn't like him because of it. I was like, all right, great. Lo's woken up with a cold.
Oh no.
Garlic, lemon, ginger, all of that. All of that. I don't speak Spanish or only a few words. Adam is counting to 100 from YouTube alone. It is amazing, Claire, isn't it, what they pick up? Yeah.
They're like sponges, aren't they, at that age? They just absorb it.
They really are. Ali, are you not feeling any better? She's still here, nursing a headache and sores. Off to get a blood test, so won't be able to stay long. I hope you feel better. Morning, Juanita. Morning, Judy and Jane. And Lisa. Oh, she says, I'm here. Well done, Lisa. We've already had a good old chin wag, me and Lisa, this morning. That is the joy of getting up early. Oh, Cass is here too. Morning. And Anne Atwood. Morning, working on the clematis block. What have I started? You've started a beautiful project. That is what you have started. That will be an heirloom that will get passed down through generations and they'll go, my, what a clever thing you did. And a beautiful thing. Morning, Sylv. Yay, made alive. Shh. Working from home. No one need to know. We're not going to tell anyone, are we?
No, we'll secret safe with us.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. I bought a little holder for my phone. Look, it just does it on its own. Oh,
That's
no,
really
maybe
cool.
it doesn't. Ish.
Brilliant.
Ish. Half Meat Heavens. Let's Half Meat Heaven it all over the shop. So these go live at midnight tonight. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Right, so I've got a mixture of Half Meat Heavens pluses and just plain, I was going to say just plain old half meters. Sounds wrong, doesn't it?
No,
but
because they're not just plain old, are they?
never
They're
just
gorgeous.
plain old. We worked really hard at it, and then these are the kits for today. So keep your wandering eyes off that. I know what you're doing. You're all going, what's she got there then? Let's do HMH pluses first. So how do you fancy a little bit of William Morris? I love the Little Brook Small or Small
It's
Brook
just
or
gorgeous.
Little Brook or Stags by the Brook, whatever it's called. And look. Beautiful linen texture.
Nice.
Bit
Perfect
gorgeous. In the green. Well, because there are so many greens, I went green. But again, only a handful because I don't have very much of that left actually. Today is very much, I've got like literally 5 or 6 of each.
Yeah.
And that's it. Apart from this one I have slightly more of. I'm treating you. I'm not going to lie. I've got a couple of treats in here that should go for a lot more money, but they're not, because we've got to clear that warehouse. We now have the contracts and everything ready to sign. So these are going to go at half metre heaven prices, but it's 2 half metres of Lewis and Irene.
My favouriteest.
I know, they're beautiful, aren't they? But the colours are just gorgeous. And, you know, you might not be able to match those colours, so they've got to go together. It's like when you rehome cats that have lived together all their life. They've got to go together.
Yeah, got to be together, yeah.
Yeah. We want to be together.
We want to be together.
Again, SJ and Josh will not understand that reference. It's fine. It's funny, isn't it, the references that you use. I was talking with Lisa this morning, and she just came out with, "I'm not happy, Jan!" And then she's like, you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Yeah.
I was like, none. And it was from a Yellow Pages advert.
Yeah.
So she said it just became it just became an Australian thing, that when you weren't happy, you just went, "I'm not happy, Jan." and whereas we just you got on the Yellow Pages if you know. Do you remember that little kid that wanted to kiss the girl?
Yes.
And had to go and get the Yellow Pages to stand on.
Well, it's the J.R. Hartley one, isn't it? That everybody remembers for the Yellow Pages of that one.
And what was the other one? There was like a football reference.
Oh, I can't remember that one.
Oh, it'll come to me.
Yeah.
I'll shout it out in the middle of the show. This is another super duper I whoopsie daisy shouldn't have, but the piggy tails with that one is just really super cute. And again, so this is double Lewis and Irene at half metre heaven prices. So you
fantastic.
Yeah,
and that pink is just, well, it's exactly the right pink. Yeah. Isn't it?
Do you know what it is? And then I love this one.
It's beautiful.
So this is Adita Sitar, and we did a quilt, and so this is just left over from one of the quilt kits that we did, but I've popped it with this to just brighten it, and I really love it.
It's really pretty.
So it's just given it that little oomph with the linen. It's rather nice, isn't it? Do you want to see the next one? Because this was also in my linen texture department. But look, it's that colour.
That's really lovely,
isn't it? That's one of the William Morris's, and I just thought that was beautiful.
That
just
honeysuckle
pulled
is
out
gorgeous.
that darker tone in there,
and it really brings out the greens as well, doesn't it?
Weirdly.
Putting it with the red, which is strange. Yeah,
but
it does.
like I said, I've got 7 of those. Ooh, exciting times.
Nice.
I know. It's very exciting. So there are the half metre heaven pluses. Now, what about, it's Stitchy Witchy Wednesday for the first time in my new house, says John Cole Morgan. Woohoo! Comfy in bed watching all these gorgeous fabrics.
Have you? Did you go on the tour with John around his house?
No.
I did.
Is it fabulous?
It's a gorgeous house.
Oh, well, of course it is. He was never going to have anything less, was he? What about the Woodland fabric
I
from
love the
Tilda?
Woodland fabric. It's my favourite.
And I've picked that grey just to pick out the light grey in all of the animals. Ah, hi there, bear.
I love the bear sitting under the tree.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you remember, I did one of my tidies.
Yes, I did.
My nesting tidies, and he fits in there. And then I did another one where it was just the deer. I love these, and they make gorgeous gifts.
Yeah,
yes, indeedy doody.
I made a cushion with I took the bear bit and fussy cutted it and bordered it.
Beautiful.
Because I just love the colours.
Do you know what else we love? I found this. Well, I earmarked this for a project, and then it didn't happen. And I had so this is the Lewis and Irene elephants, and I've just put it with a navy, just keeping it simple, keeping it plain, but also a bit gorgeous.
Yeah, make a beautiful tote bag.
Yeah, but you know, that was kind of what it was put aside for. And then, I don't know, time just came and went, and it's like, actually, we just need to clear this warehouse. We just need it clear, and then we'll start all over again.
We want to take as little as possible away, don't we? And
then
we'll start again.
Yeah. Well, we do. This is Dina Designs.
New.
Isn't it beautiful? I didn't know whether to put it with the blue or the pink, but the pink somehow just...
Oh, yeah, that just pops out.
Pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Really pretty. I do like Dina Designs. I really like Dina Designs.
We're liking her a lot, aren't we? She's becoming one of our favourites.
Absolutely. I think she's a clever lady. So there we go. We've got a few of those. I mean, this needs no introduction, does it? But Alicia,
with a bit of lime.
But Alicia Chandler. But look at that green with it. Look what that does to the butterfly.
Those butterflies are gorgeous.
When we restock these, Lisa's got some amazing projects, but I've only got part bolts left. So, you know, when Lisa brings us a project, we need a lot
Yes.
We need a lot.
We
But
do.
again, John's just said this one. This is divine. They're all divine. I don't know which one. How is Jane's back? I missed the start. Elizabeth, she will update you when she's on in a minute, but she's standing.
Standing is best.
Standing is best. Cactus Dahlia?
Yes.
Yes, sirree, with lime.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
This is fast becoming one of my favourite times of the week. I think what Gemma said the other day, she said, if you could just do one thing for the rest of your life, it would just be
half meter heaven.
putting colours together, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I was like,
It's one of the best things about the job, I think, is just mixing the colours up and finding things that go together.
right.
And pulling a colour with a fabric, and it makes it completely change. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because
it
it's the
moves.
witchery.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, this was not difficult. This was, I picked one of the reds from one of the many reds in Lisa's rather stunning design and put it with cardinal red.
Works every time.
I'm very grateful for this new red, you know.
Yeah, it's nice.
So, guys, here's the question for you today. I'm going to make you work hard today. The question for you is, we have a lot of batiks in stock and a lot of plains, which are readily available for us. That's absolutely fine. I don't want to be shifting them from here to the warehouse. There are staples we'll just restock when we get there. Would you guys be interested in well-priced ombres?
Yeah.
Ombre bundles. How would that feel for you? Of interest or not? Well, there's one little heart. One person seems to like that idea. Either that or they like that fabric.
Yeah, do bundles of ombres or colour coordinating rainbow bundles.
They would be stash busters, wouldn't
Yeah.
they? For sure. This is the bearded iris. Again, this, I've picked out all sorts of colours with this. Actually, do you know what? The cardinal would also look rather fab with this.
Yes, it does.
Like if you wanted to grab yourself an extra half metre, then I'd go cardinal. But I've picked out the aqua because for the first time, we actually have the right shade to go with it.
That new aqua is just a lovely colour, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
soft turquoise. It's
Yep,
lovely.
yep. Oh yes, ombre, says Karen. Shall we ombre you up, Karen? Yes, says Myra. Rona, definitely. Carol Grogan, yes! We can start sending you stuff now, Carol. I'm so excited. Batiks, 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 batiks. Ombre, yes, I saw a perfect project for it. Well, John, you know, yes. Yes, definitely to bundles. Okay, good. Ombre bundles, brill, says Kate. All right, alrighty. I love this.
It's beautiful, that tulip. I love it, love it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Julia, yes, 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 and please.
Oh, that's
thanks.
nice.
As Gemma would say, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Defo, says Pat. This is tulips. I'm just trying to find a way because this is quite cutting matte coloured.
Yeah.
It's actually cyan, aka cutting matte colour, but it's that blue in the flower.
That's just lovely.
It's simple yet striking and effective.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Simple and stylish. Yes, ombre and rainbows. Okay, Crafty Pepper Cat. Are we ready for this? Do do do.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is Shaggy in black. I've now put with orange. Woo!
That really, and orange and purple are lovely together.
It's just, we have got so much Shaggy on our website. I bought basically as many different varieties of it as I could find.
Got
Check
a real
'em out.
rainbow.
We
of
do,
them.
yeah.
Gorgeous.
And if I'd have had more time, I would do like a rainbow project, but I'll wait for the next round to come in. This is Japanese chrysanthemum. It is one of my favourites. And look at it with the aqua. Oh, don't mind if I do.
It's lovely. Really brightens it, doesn't it? Ping, ping, ping.
So that is today's offering. I hope you like it. And yeah, so on Monday then, I will ombre you up all over the shop. That's what I'm going to do.
Nice.
Yes, 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 absolutely. Love these this week, Jane. Well, I love them every week, to be fair. But there we go. So that is my bit done. Myra just says, beautiful.
Lovely.
I don't think she's talking about me.
Oh, I think she might be.
Talking about the fabrics. There we are. Up they go. Oh, I finished my bag.
Doesn't it look stunning?
I'm really pleased actually I put the handles on around the wrong way.
Yeah, that was a happy mistake.
You get the option, like it does give you the option, but I think it would have been too fussy that way around. But actually this way with a hint of interest.
Yeah.
And look at the lining. Woohoo! Oh, I haven't stitched it up. I knew there's something I'd forgotten to do. But yeah. Do you know what? Lisa Chandler is a modern day fabric genius.
Isn't she just?
With her designs. And what luck, we've got one of hers today. So today, I'm going to hold it up because you probably shouldn't, Jane. Now, this has caused much hilarity. Gemma's fault entirely is because this is the table runner, and I happened to say the other day that you could put candles. So we've got our little, candles that you can put in the origami bit here, and then I said, or you could put condiments. Gemma misheard. Which then set Lo off saying, or keys. It's not that kind of table. So, yeah. It's not the origami, it's the swingers.
The swingers table runner.
The swingers runner. So, soz about that. I feel that we might, Lisa, have taken one of your beautiful designs and just given it a bad reputation. Soz about that. But it is fun. And we're going to show you how, and we've got the instructions, and at some point we will have because I completely forgot to ask Lisa for them, the digital version as well. Sorry about that. Oops. Cass, please could you send that over to us? And then we found this.
Yeah.
Now this is a bit of a bit of a find.
It just shows you the block on its own, and then gives you some ideas of what you could actually do with it as well.
So, I'm going to show this, like the dove from above again. Josh and SJ won't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. This is your origami patchwork. This shows you how to do. So it does have the table runner in here, and so it shows you the basic block and then the table runner, and a European cushion cover. That's us, right, isn't it?
Yeah.
That would just be a cushion cover for us.
Yeah.
Evening bag. Yes. Pin cushion. Beautiful. And there they are. Stunning. So, if you would like to look at the evening bag that I'm going to show you. These are the projects that are in this one. So if you want to take it to the next step and do it for everything, then you've got 5 projects there. It's not bad, is it?
It's really good.
Yeah.
When you read the pattern, because typical Lisa, she says, sit down with your cuppa first and read it through.
Yeah.
She says, be warned, it's addictive, and she's right.
She's right, yeah.
Because you look at it and you think, that's complicated, but once you've done the first one, you're like, ooh.
But she also says do it with paper first.
Yes.
So I'm going to hand you over to Jane. Apparently it's in my inbox, right? I'll go and move that across. I think we've got everything set up ready.
Lovely.
I feel I need something. Oh, this. I think I need something else, Jane. What else do I need? Bye.
There we go.
I'm going to sit over here and try not to fall asleep. Not just that this appears to be my nap chair now.
Try and keep you entertained so that you don't have the opportunity to fall asleep. I'm just going to pop the iron on.
I was doing my accounts with my dad yesterday, and he's like, so I'll put that down as staff entertaining. Not sure that I should, but I'll put that down as staff entertaining. And I just said, I'm not sure that I was very entertaining, Dad, but okay. And it just went straight over his head. He obviously was not finding me very entertaining either.
Bless him. We've got 4 lovely kits, haven't we, this morning for colourways?
We do.
So
yes.
This is the kit that the sample that I've made is made from. And you get 1 metre of your main fabric, which in this case is the cave, and that's shaggy, isn't it? So shaggy natural, is it called?
Yes, it is. And we always have that thing where we say, wasn't me.
Wasn't me. And then we've got duck egg plain, and then we've got some Aboriginal dot in teal. And you get a 1/2 metre of Bonderweb.
So we've done it as 1 metre and 2.5 metres and
Yes.
then 1/2 metre of Bonderweb in there as well. I still don't know why we need Bonderweb. I am confused, but
It's
also
just a little tiny, you won't use it all, but you just need a little tiny bit. So that's the teal option. Then we've got this one, which I'm going to use today to do the demonstration with, which is some more shaggy. I think that's shaggy yellow sunshine. It's beautiful.
I love this one. I think we've called this the opal fruit one.
Opal fruits, definitely.
Can you still get opal fruits?
They're not called opal fruits, are they
What are
now?
they
They're
called?
what are they called?
Starburst, sunburst,
Yeah, sunburst.
sunburst, starburst.
Something like that.
Have we called this a retro sweet name then?
Yeah.
We have.
And then we've got lavender, and we've got the orange Aboriginal dots, and your 1/2 metre of Bonderweb. It's just beautiful, isn't it? It's lovely. It's sunshiny, that one. And then we've got some gorgeous Lisa's fabric. On Lisa's
we kind of
website,
have
she's
to.
got it made up in this colourway.
That was how we originally saw it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
So you've got some of her floral with this gorgeous silver metallic accents on it. The depths of colours in there are just gorgeous. And then we've got some of the blue. Is that Copen? Is it Copen with that?
I'm going to say yes.
And then the silver, just silver fans. It's not the Oriental fan because that's the bigger version.
We are a fan of that.
That is lovely. That's nice and classic. And then look at this one. This is rich. We've got the large floral here with the, I can't ever say it, the
Waratah.
Waratah, that's it. I always stumble over the word and I don't know why. It's one of those mental block things. And then we've got black and the gold gum flower on that. That's going to be classic, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful?
So I have to tell you, I did actually want that for my home.
Well,
But
it would look beautiful, wouldn't
would
it?
look beautiful.
We've got limited kits, haven't we, of that colourway? You've foregone.
I was going to say foregoed it.
Yes,
Forwent it. I've foregone it.
Yes.
I gave up my my ability to have one so that you guys
For the
could.
greater good of
For
the
the
business.
greater good. For the greater
Good
good.
of your business, yeah.
That's the one.
Sacrifices you make.
Right.
It's hard for you, I know.
I know.
I know.
You see, you feel my pain, Jane.
I know.
As if you're not in enough pain of your own.
I
You have
know.
to feel mine as well.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as it was. So, do you want the story?
Yep.
Ha! Oh, bless. Just such a silly thing. So easy to do. And you ladies that I know, there's some of you out there that live with this sort of pain all the time. I admire you because I can't concentrate. Yesterday I was like a mess. I didn't know what to do with myself. I've got some painkillers which have sent me doolally tap. I don't even know which end is up. So again,
so this is going to be a fun show then. Amazing.
I really admire you ladies that have to live with this sort of pain all the time. Dance floor at the wedding is a temporary dance floor, so the edges of it have got bevels on them like that. And we were dancing away lovely, and there was this lovely little girl, and you know what little girls are like when they've got their party dresses on, they want to twirl. So we were twirling round and we were doing hand, arm over the head twirling, and then we went on to holding two hands twirling round. Then she wanted,
what could possibly go wrong,
she
right?
wanted lifting up, and we twirled round that way, and we were having a lovely time. And then she got fed up of that, and she went off and danced with her other friends. So I was dancing away, minding my own business, chatting to people. And then she launched herself at me. And as she launched herself at me and I went to grab her, I stepped back and ran out of dance floor.
Ooh,
So
and it was one of those faux dance floors, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it had a lip.
Had a lip on it. So dance floor ran out, my foot went down, the other foot went up in the air, and I landed flat on my back because I'd got hold of this child. Bless her, she was just like more mortified about her. But she was fine because she landed on me and I've got plenty of padding. So that was fine. Yeah, so that's how I hurt my back.
Oh.
And I winded myself at the same time. And of course, because I went backwards, legs in the air, I was mortified and worried about, my skirt being up round my neck. And but nobody saw me. My sister-in-law and my brother-in-law saw me, and they were worried because they'd seen my head hit the ground. But yeah, no, I was fine other than twisting my back. And as I say, I couldn't find anybody that would give me any sympathy. So I
I
just
even worse.
got up rather quickly and just walked off to walk up, try and get my breath back more than anything. But I had a terrible night's sleep on Monday because I couldn't get comfortable. So then I decided that the paracetamol that I was taking weren't really taking the edge off it. So I went and saw the doctor and got something a little bit stronger. Yeah, right. So let's get on with the pattern. The origami block.
I have no idea how this show's now going to go. I mean, I'm not nervous at all.
No, we're fine.
No.
Well, I made the first one, and I thought I'd have the orange behind the shaggy fabric, but I think the shaggy fabric disappears slightly. So I said to Natasha, I'm not sure about that, and she said, "Well, make it the other way around." So I did, and I prefer it with the lavender behind it.
But you've got half a metre of the lavender and
yeah,
half a
so you
metre
can
of the
decide
orange,
how you'd like it to go, and in fact, if you just put the blocks together, you could end up with something that looked quite fun because you'd have another little thing going on there. So, but I think for the table runner, we'll go with that block.
Elizabeth says, "Bless you, Jane. It's horrible. Thank goodness you're with this team. At least they can take the mickey out of you. It helps."
Yeah, laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, bless you.
And of course, everybody was like, "Oh, how much have you had to drink?" And I was like, "I hadn't had that much
You're
actually."
not a big drinker, are you?
I'm not a big
really?
drinker, no. And I'd only had it, the wine. It was quite early on in the evening, really, comparatively, and
that's when you need to have more wine.
And yeah, I'd had a couple of glasses and a bit of sparkle when we did the toast, and that was about it.
But apart from that, it was a good wedding.
It was a lovely wedding. It was just the most beautiful day. Absolutely lovely. So let's get the origami done. We're going to use the accent fabric. It's a 10-inch square. Be as accurate as you can when you're cutting your fabric at this point, because you're going to be folding it, and the more accurate you are, the better the fold will be. You need to mark across through the middle of it.
On the diagonal?
On the diagonal. So I just used the sew line pencil marker on mine. You'll need your long ruler, because obviously going to the diagonal it's a bit wider.
Oh, the Big Easy is in.
Oh, is it?
I haven't
What
even
does it
opened
look
it.
like?
I don't know. I completely forgot to open it. I had a look at the bill just to check it was the Big Easy. But the Big
right.
Easy, we'll have to ask Josh to open it, because
we'll
it was a big box with the Big Easy.
See what it looks like.
It's not a burger.
I'm interested.
Although I did go out and eat a burger that night after we'd had so much burger talk. I'm not going to lie.
I was intrigued at the size of it.
You say things and I say that's what you pay me for.
Yeah.
Dun,
Literally
dun,
just
dun.
press the button to set these live a minute ago.
Did you?
Oh, look at this.
I'm just putting them to the top.
Oh, that's good.
12 and a half.
Hang on. There you go.
12 and a half by 24 and a half.
The Big Easy.
Oh my gosh, how much is that going to be great in your life for projects and things?
This is brand new in. This is a brand new ruler from them. But of course, you've got all of the non-slip grip, which is why we love Creative Grids, and that's why we stock Creative Grids. You've got
all your markings on there,
all your 45-degree lines, all of that.
Everything.
You've also got on there, of course, the your whole inch is in white, and then if you spin it around, all of the black numbers are inch and a half. So it's super intuitive and easy to use.
You've got your half-inch mark on that side and your quarter-inch mark on that side.
They've thought of everything, haven't they, Jane?
They do. Creative Grids are just brilliant. They're just.
Did you use Creative Grids much before you came here?
Not so much. I use Ulfa, which I was happy with, but obviously using Creative Grids makes life much easier.
Has it ruined you now for anything else?
Yeah, I think once you start going to Creative Grids, you never go back.
I really think, I'm with you on that. I do really think that is the truth of the matter. Should we have a look at it from above?
Yeah. There we go. Look at that.
Oh, that is exciting. So you'll be able to cut your off the bolt fabric when it's folded in half, like you do with your 24.5-inch ruler. It's just got that extra bit.
But like for this project where you need 10-inch strips,
you'll be able to do it.
Do it. No problem. You width the fabric down there.
Perfect.
And brilliant.
Perfect.
I would say that this is going to be your staple. Before I would have said, if you're going to get one ruler, get that one. If you get no other, just get that one. But I would say to you now, if you've got no other ruler, get this one, because this is going to do Lots for you're going to be able to cut big squares and all sorts with this. I mean, I know that your stripology is the best for cutting strips and squares and things, but this one is the next best one.
Elizabeth says, look at Jane's face with that ruler.
Oh,
Lust.
love it. Lust.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Morning,
definitely.
Amy. Yeah, so Lo has also been a person with back issues, it would be fair to say. And she said, oh, good painkillers. She said, on good painkillers for my back. I thought Jeff was a shaved Ewok. And now, Lo, what, I mean, has that continued?
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Shaved Ewok.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine what that even looks like. You know, there was that picture of the owl that went around the internet where they lifted up its feathers and it's got like really long skinny legs. And you can't unsee it now.
No.
When I take the kids round the Birds of Prey bit at the local park, you know, that's all I see are these long skinny legs. Just, you know.
Poor owl.
Who knew?
Oh,
Who knew?
who knew?
Oh, Jean's just impressed that you got to see a doctor without 2-week wait.
Our surgery's really good. I rang up in the morning and said, I mean, I can't see any, you know, I just see a doctor that's available. You don't get to choose which doctor you have. And I had to wait in a queue to get answered. And they gave me the option if I wanted a telephone video chat or whether I wanted to see an in-person doctor. Our surgery is brilliant like that. They really are good. We're very lucky. I know, because I know some people struggle to get to see a doctor, don't they, with it, like you say, in a week.
Do you know what, also the vets as well? The vets have suddenly taken a bit of a hit. I rang after Malcolm's escapades yesterday to get them booked in for microchipping and balls off, and they can't do it until the end of September.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the earliest. So she said, because you've got 2, I can sort of slot them in.
Yeah.
She said, but otherwise I'm looking at October. I'm like,
Crazy.
no! With their crazy behaviour, they need to come off sooner rather than later. And they need,
Bless. Bless them.
So, Marion says, good morning, Natasha, Jane, and helpers. Oh, makes them sound like little, like Christmas helpers.
Yeah, that's just what they're like, little elves in the background.
I assume the kit comes without backing. And if that's the case, how much fabric do I need to back the runner with? Having a job of which one to buy. Thank you.
I think...
You know, that's a good question, Marion.
I think you might... I was just thinking you might get it out of width of fabric, but I don't think you will. I told Lucy that this morning, and of course I hadn't worked it out properly. Well, you might just. It's 43.
So the thing is, if you didn't mind putting the salvages...
Yeah, you get it out of a 1/2 metre piece.
How wide is it?
It's 43.
No,
Oh,
why? Yeah.
it's 16.
16. So actually...
16 and a half. So a 1/2 metre is 20. So you would, if you were, you know, weren't too worried about the width of...
Or, guys,
Let's
just
have a
get
look.
our super wide.
Yeah, or extra wide
a 1/2
fabric.
metre of our super wide would do that a few times over.
Yeah, I think it would, wouldn't it? Look,
Yeah.
that's the cave width of fabric, and that's the width of the table runner.
Hang on, my machine's decided to just... Have you basically covered it?
Yeah,
Almost.
you've got this bit. You can take your salvage off, and it would fit.
Okay, so basically pick a 1/2 metre of any of our fabric.
Yeah,
and go
and
for it.
it'll be wide enough.
Cool. There you go, Marion. Fill your boots.
There you
Pick
go.
what you love.
So yeah, 1/2 metre would do the backing, and again 1/2 metre of your wadding, whichever wadding you want to choose for your. You know, you might want to put some of you. Is it thermalan?
Thermalam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got Insel Bright, Thermalam. We've got all
Balls.
sorts. So
Cotton,
that, you
nice
can,
cotton one.
So you can put your condiments.
I tell you something else that Lisa suggested, and I'll talk about that when we've made it. But another thing that you could do with it, which I thought was a lovely idea. So I don't know where anything is. I'm in a bit of a fog, codeine fog. It's like, this stuff is like. There's a big warning on the tablets. This is an opioid. It is addictive. Be aware. And I'm like, but the doctor gave it me.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be on it for more than however
Yeah.
many days. Kerry, I can't find the cinnamon spot in my stash, but I will look out for it next time I'm on the phone to the supplier. Kate says, hi Natasha, have you seen the art gallery Pure Solids? Plain colours and amazing colours and a signature texture. Maybe too expensive for half metre heavens, but might fill in the gaps when matching Cafe. They go so well. I haven't, but you're right. Well, they'd certainly be too expensive for half metre heavens because
Yes.
you know, for $9.99, you have to bear in mind that $7.95 is the cost of the designer fabric on in most cases.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Let's get folding.
Yeah.
Let's get folding. Are you able to go above?
Yes.
Please. Thank you. There we
There you
go. So we've got our 10-inch square. We've marked across through the diagonal. You can't see it very well, but I can see it. I've just done it with the pencil marker. Obviously, don't use your heat erasable one because it'll disappear when you need it. Ask me how I know. And if you use your air erasable or your water erasable, if you add heat to it, it becomes permanent. So maybe not use those either.
Right.
So that's just to bear in mind. So a chalk marker or the pencil marker, because the pencil marker will wash away, but also it's faint enough for you to see and you won't see it through the fabric. So that's a good one to use. And then you're going to fold up the corners of the square to the middle of the cross. Just finger press it to hold it in place. Now you press it with your iron, but I wouldn't flatten it because you want a bit of texture. So I just sort of hovered my iron over it just to make a crease, but not, you can see there I haven't flattened it. It's still got some texture to it there, because you don't want it, I don't think anyway, I don't think you want it flat. I think you want it to have a bit of movement to it still. So you fold the side ones in as well, and again, just bear in mind that you are working on biases here, so it will stretch, so take care.
Fabric. Yeah, this is when you want to get that flatter spray on it.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
Just hold, you know, don't stretch it, is what I'm trying to say. So you've done that, you've got all four corners into the middle and it makes a square. You're now going to turn it over and you're going to do the same again.
Okay.
So you haven't got a mark on this time, but because you've done that, you're pretty familiar with the way it goes, so you can visualise the middle, but there's nothing to stop you. I can see on mine, I can see my pencil, it sort of creased the fabric, so I can see it on mine, and you probably will on yours. So again, you bring those corners up into the middle. Just give it a little press, not flattening it, but just pressing it enough so that it holds down. You want the fabrics to stay close together as possible. Sometimes it wants to open itself out, so you just have to push it back together.
Marion, we always sell the patterns separately because often people want more than one colourway and it's not fair for them to have to then pay double.
And also you might have fabric in your stash that you want to use to make the thing up. You don't necessarily want the kit. It was one of the big
bugbears at Sewing Quarter. People always used to write in and complain that they couldn't get the pattern separately, and B, you know, they were spending, I think they always put their patterns out at $9.99.
Yeah.
They were always, you know, that it made the cost if they wanted it in a different colourway an extra £10. So we just, from day one, we said we won't do that.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful.
So you've got that folded in again. So now you're going to turn it over and you've got these four squares and you've got the crisscross shape. And this is where your Bonder web comes in, because you're going to, on the colour that you decide to have as your background fabric, so on here, it's this square here.
Oh, do you just pop it inside?
It is bonded on, and you bond it over the top there so it hides all the raw edges. This is Lisa's cleverness, you see.
Clever. Oh, she is clever.
She is. So you pop that on at a diagonal, making sure your points are in the middle, and it just covers over all those raw edges. So you press that down, nice dry iron, and that's bonded those down.
Myra says, don't take those nasty pills. Was given one after a big op. Couldn't speak for 2 days. My tongue would not comply. I think Jane's doing very well.
It does make my mouth dry. I noticed that yesterday. I was like, oh God, I'm really thirsty.
Yeah, I think keep up your fluids according to Lo.
Yeah. Yes, because I had cocodamol after I'd had my hysterectomy.
Oh.
And it doesn't do your digestive system much
No.
good.
No.
And when you've got stitches as well,
Oh,
I was in agony. Yeah.
It's things like that.
They don't tell you. They didn't tell me.
And they don't tell you after birth either,
No.
do they? You know, the things to watch out for. You just go, oh goodness me.
So
Sometimes.
now we've got the square facing us, and we're bringing those corners back in to cover that square over, and we're giving those a press as well. So we want them, again, you want them to come as close.
Oh, you might want to actually see this bit. Sorry.
This,
There you go.
you want your squares, your corners as tight as you can get them, really. So that one wants quite a good press, I think, because it does, you can see there it springs open, because you've got sort of like 4 or 5 layers of fabric now. So you've got that effect going on. If you can see that, it'll just spring open. So now this is the really clever bit. You turn it over, okay, and you grab these, you've got like pockets here with the raw edges. You grab those and you pull them open.
What?
And it forms a rectangle. Let's go
Okay.
close. Can we go close up on that?
Yeah.
So you've just ironed over your corners into the middle to cover
Yeah.
your square.
Yeah.
You turn it over and you grab these, you've got like little pockets here, and you grab the corners and you pull them out, and it forms like a rectangle, like so. And the
Right.
crease there sits over the edge of your fabric. You can see that? Yeah. So we do that on all, if we can go back overhead, we'll do that on all 4 corners. So it's just a case of putting your fingers in the little pockets that are formed and pressing it down.
I don't understand it. It still doesn't look like the...
No, it still doesn't look like it, does it? Well, this is the back now, you see. So we're just going to press that. Oh, it's decided it's going to steam now. Switch the steam off, that's right. There we go, switch you off.
Myra says, Jane doing stitchy witchy things again, so clever. Yeah, this is Lisa's stitchy witchiness.
Yes.
This is Australian stitchy witchiness.
It's brilliant. So that's the back of it. So if we turn it over, you've got that effect.
Oh, that's pretty.
So you're going to have, I think it's 6 3/4 inch square, of your background fabric. It's all in the
Yeah.
instructions. Lisa's very clear about which fabric is which. You're going to place that now, that square, and you're going to fold it into quarters and just finger press it so you've got a crease to act as a mark on your fabric. You don't want to fabric mark it, but you just want a sort of an aiming point. So you've got your quarters there, and you're going to place your origami piece on there so that these folds here that lead to the point sit on those creases.
Margaret said, Natasha, you sound intrigued. I have no idea what's going on, Margaret. I'm not going to lie. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go from that to this.
Yeah.
Absolutely none.
So
No
then
clue.
you want to pin that down, and you want to place the pins through that fold in the middle there and pop the pin down as far as you can get it to go. So it just holds it in place.
Yeah. I still don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
This This is magic.
It's crazy. It's lovely. It's magic.
Craziness.
And then you're going to have the same colour square as you've got as your background. These are 3 5/8, I think. And we're going to mark the diagonal. You'll need 4 of these per block. All the quantities are in the pattern. You'll know exactly how many you've got to cut. And we're going to mark the diagonal on there, on 4 of those.
Cass says you can imagine the fun we had trying to draw the diagrams for this.
Yes.
No. No. That's where I'd just give up and take photos. It's far easier. Far easier.
Lisa says in her pattern, if you're not too sure, once you've read it through, and if you're still not sure, try it with paper. And actually, when you do it with the paper, it's like, oh. And if you did it with pretty papers, you could make them into cards and all sorts of gift tags and things. It's a really lovely idea.
Really pretty gift tag.
Yeah.
Emily would probably insist on some glitter or
Absolutely.
stickers or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and Aura says on YouTube we're broadcasting as the 11th of July.
Oh.
Josh!
So now we're going to place that square with the diagonal mark across the corner, so that the diagonal runs across that corner. And you just want to pin that down.
It's confused, Aura. It's August. It's not July.
It's the 11th of August.
Have we gone in the past?
Yes, you've gone in the past with it.
We're still live though.
We
Are
are
you
still
really?
live, just in the wrong
Maybe
month.
Johnson.
No, she doesn't want any. She's doing a show, Josh. Josh has just wandered in with his breakfast.
I thought he was eating ice cream. I was like, oh.
You'd have had some ice cream.
Yeah, she'd have had some ice cream.
Definitely.
She's had a bang on the head. Ice cream makes all bangs on the head better. What is it? It's not a horrible low-fat yogurty thing, is it?
Oh no, it's definitely full fat.
Oh, is it?
Oh no, it is low fat. So
Oh,
it's
low
probably
fat.
disgusting.
Are we not?
They got eco-friendly spoon. Anyway.
You might want to turn the power on over, Jane. Next.
Oh,
to the-
yeah.
Yeah. I've done it just to give you that exercise. You know how I was going to say. You know how the vet said to keep moving.
Yeah, keep
the doctor
moving.
said to keep moving.
That's,
Yeah.
if I switch that off now.
So yeah, sorry about that, Honora. We
No, that's right.
clearly
that's off.
don't know what day of the week or month or anything it is. And Elizabeth says you're doing a brilliant job on brain fog tablets. Just generally. I mean, tablets or not, still doing
I was
great.
going to say, don't need tablets really to have brain fog.
Lo says, Jane's on drugs. Let's give her something really complicated to do. This was meant to be a nice, easy project for Jane to do so that she could go and enjoy the wedding and have a couple of days off. That's what was meant to happen.
This is how it was. Yeah. Fortunately, I made the sample before her wedding. Otherwise, we could have ended up with anything.
Oh, that's
So
how that goes.
We've sewn that on that drawn line. So you sew on the line across there to form the triangle, and then you're going to trim 1/4 inch away from the line. So you're trimming the corner off. So you could, if you wanted to, do that, join in 1/2 inch. But the thing is, it's the same fabric, so you're not going to have anything exciting. Why can't I see my rotary cutter? Because it's right in front of me.
It's blended in.
Blended
Claire,
in.
it wasn't full fat. She said, I'm with Josh, always full fat, everything, especially milk and mayonnaise. No, it wasn't. He was quite surprised when he actually looked at it. I'm like, yeah. Anything that says low fat generally means chemical.
More sugar.
Yeah, chemical, what have you, Storm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's false economy, isn't it? Because you just end up
Yeah.
with eating more sugar and added chemicals. And really, the calorific difference isn't it? Yeah, hardly anything when you really look at it.
Well, and also like proper butter and stuff like that. It's more filling.
Yeah, and I think psychologically you think, oh well, I won't have so much because it's full fat.
Do you?
Maybe.
Is that what I'm meant to think? Because I just think that's delicious.
Yeah.
And my daughter just licks butter off toast. I'm not sure that's normal either.
Oh no, well I think that's normal. So I'm with Emily on that one.
Yeah.
Would you like some toast with your butter?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to press those 2 corners away.
This is very clever.
And then you'll start to see the pattern appearing on the as you see it on the finished article. So what that is doing basically is it's seaming those edges down, and then you'll do the opposite corners. And of course you can pin them both at the same time, and you can sort of chain piece. You could do all of them, you could do all your folding and then add all these pieces, and then you could chain piece. But if you're doing one at a time, I think for your first one you want to take it a step at a time and just see how it goes together, get the feel of it. And as we've said, once you've made one, it is quite
you could sort of chain do them, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lo says, who else used to have sliced butter on rich tea biscuits?
Yes, I have heard of that.
Have you? That's a thing, is it?
Well, rich tea biscuits are pretty bleh, aren't they? So having a bit of butter on them makes them quite nice.
Elizabeth said her mum once said to me, I know who put the butter on this, but who took it off again? Oh, you know, yeah. Claire eats butter off the block with the cheese slice.
Oh.
I'm not sure I could quite manage that. I do put butter in my coffee.
Yeah, you have wicked coffee, don't you? But that's a meal in itself.
Well, that is my breakfast. That keeps me going until lunchtime. Lisa was saying about this on her show yesterday. She's like, Natasha has this weird coffee thing, and as soon as Lisa comes over and stays with me, she will have some and she will never look back.
She will love it. I remember the first time Natasha gave it to me, and I was just like, because I don't have black coffee normally, and she was like, have some of this, and I was like, oh, I don't really drink coffee, and I had some, and I was like, I like this.
I'd forgotten that you liked it. I never make you one in the mornings because I'd completely forgotten you liked it.
Yeah.
I can make you another one. That's great.
So there you go. You've got that side of it done. So you've secured all your edges now, and you've got your origami secured.
Beautiful.
And to then make the last little bit, you've got your accent colour for the table run, and we're going to do sashing strips around it. If you remember if I show you the main one here, you have sashing in between the blocks. If you can go ahead, Natasha. Yeah.
On it,
yeah,
on it,
there
on
we
it.
go. You've got sashing in between, so your corner bits that we're putting on now are the same colour as the sashing.
Nice.
They don't have to be. I mean, you could add a different colour for your sashing as well, and that would really lift them up, wouldn't it? So
that is a bit gorgeous.
On this one, I've decided that the orange is going to be in the corners. So these squares, again, we mark the diagonal on, and you're going to need 4 per block. Again, as I say, Natasha, not Natasha, you're Natasha. Lisa.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Lisa has given you all the quantities and exactly how much of everything you need to cut. So
now, Margaret says that her mum used to put slices of Mars bar into Abernethy biscuits. I don't know what an Abernethy biscuit is, but that all sounds good. Mind you, don't the Scottish deep fry Mars bars, or is that actually just an urban myth?
no, I think they actually do.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it not melt?
Well, yes, that's the point.
Oh, okay. Right.
I think that's the point, because it gives it a crispy outer, and you bite into it, and you've got melted chocolate and caramel and.
Now, see, Claire likes butter on digestive biscuits. I like
cheese on
digestive cheese.
I
Yeah,
like cheese on digestive biscuits.
that's nice.
So we're going to put the corners on exactly the same way as we did the previous ones. Just pin those onto the corner and sew on the marked line.
Rich tea or digestive biscuits, Jane?
Digestive,
Really?
yeah. I could eat a whole packet of digestive biscuits.
Oh, yeah, me too. I don't turn down a rich tea, to be fair.
No, I don't turn down any biscuit.
There's that. There is also that. Yeah. Julia says that she prefers them with dark chocolate. What about the biscuits that they do with like a layer of caramel or orange cream through the middle?
Yeah. I'm not an orange fan. I love Jaffa cakes, but I'm not a fan of orange chocolate.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Mint jelly on donuts, says Lo.
Have we just run out of bobbin?
Oh, did you play Bobbin Chicken and Lose?
I think I did.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to redo it for you?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Mint jelly on... I'm just digesting that, not literally, while I think about that.
What, mint jelly?
Mint jelly on donuts. I'm not sure how I feel about
I don't know about that. I love mint jelly, but I don't know about...
No, I don't know. Like not a normal supermarket sugary one, or like a deluxe Krispy Kreme donut. My husband introduced me to Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah.
I don't think I can ever forgive him, and neither will my waistline, if I'm honest. I remember driving down to Dorset with him, and we did a 12-pack of donuts between us. I mean, it just... They were sitting there.
Well, it has to be done, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I was training for the Olympics. I could pretty much...
I was going to say, you could probably eat anything, couldn't you, then? Without too much of a...
But still, it was not ideal.
Let's just snip that off.
Oh, Lisa says, beautifully executed, Miss Jane.
Thank you, Lisa. Beautiful
Thank you, Miss
instructions.
Oh, there you go. Kirsty says, the problem I have is I'm gluten intolerant and most gluten-free biscuits are unpleasant and cheese or butter makes them palatable. Same with most of the bread too. Yeah,
They're getting better though, aren't they? Because I can remember when any sort of gluten-free cake or anything like that, or bread was just
tasted like floor sweepings.
Yeah, just... I think that, you know, everything is getting better. When I used to have the tea rooms and attached to the pub, and I used to do gluten-free as an option, and I had a waitress that was gluten-free, and she'd been celiac since birth, so she
really had to be.
Yeah, and so she'd had she used to get her gluten-free stuff on prescription.
Wow.
And I had a supplier that I used to get my gluten-free flour from, which was the same flour that she used to have on prescription. And the one day I made her some scones with my gluten-free flour, and she'd never had a scone until that point.
I mean, your scones are a bit phenomenal.
I mean, you could only eat them like that day. They wouldn't have, you know, like a scone could last a couple of days maybe.
Have they ever
With
lasted a couple of days?
No, but with gluten-free flour.
No. What a dreadful excuse for having to eat them in one go.
But with gluten-free flour, they would only, you know, you would have to eat them straight away.
Do you know what? My mum has a few signature dishes that she makes really well. Hot Sussex smoky is one that's really delicious, and she always used to make it. You know, in like the 80s, the dinner party was a thing. Yeah. And I always knew that my mum was having a dinner party when I could smell the Hot Sussex smoky cooking, and then she'd do chocolate-covered pears for dessert, and then have after eights. And if we were good, then when we woke up, there'd be a couple of after eights next to our bed. And but it was just one of those things that you just sort of remember. But one of the things my mum cooks really nicely are cheese scones with a little bit of cayenne pepper on top.
Oh yes. I love cheese scones.
Lo said that her mum used to eat sugar on toast. That's normal.
Yeah.
And a bit of banana on there as well. Banana and sugar on toast.
Yeah. Do you know what I like? I like a layer of peanut butter and then mashed banana on top of it on toast.
I think that's okay. That gives you pretty much every food group, doesn't it?
I love
with
that.
Okay, butter with peanut butter or not?
No, just peanut butter. Don't put the butter on. Let the peanut butter melt in like butter.
See, Stephen has butter and peanut butter, and I feel that's weird because it's like double butter.
Yeah, it is.
Anne says, have you tried gluten-free hobnobs? No. Made going to gluten-free diet a bit easier to bear.
Yeah.
Julia's gran used to make them sugar sandwiches as well.
Yes. I think my dad introduced us to sugar sandwiches.
Yeah, so Myra said there was a thing in Scotland, lard and sugar on toast, which was a war thing. But you see, that I thought that like sugar was really hard to get hold of. That really surprises me.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
it was a treat.
wasn't it? It was just a treat. But I mean, bread and butter was a thing because it filled you up.
Marion, sorry, next question. Marion, ask away. What colour thread is Jane using, and does she use the same in the bobbin? The
Yes,
thread
yes,
is...
and yes, and it's an Orifil.
It's an Orifil one. It
Yeah.
came out of the... I believe it was out of the Iberian... Oh, no, it's not the... the Iberian Lynx set.
Yeah,
And they're beautiful, beautiful threads.
they are lovely threads. I always use either a pale creamy colour like this or a grey, pale grey. It's very rarely that I match my thread to my project, unless I'm using it for the quilting.
Basically, if it's sort of mushroomy coloured,
Yeah,
it'll
just
blend.
a neutrally,
Yeah.
a colour that you'd probably think was a bit bleh, actually, to want of a better word.
That is pretty much the face that Kaif makes every time anyone says beige.
Yeah.
Kirsty says that my mum always puts English mustard powder in cheese scones. I think my mum might
Yeah,
too.
I put a pinch of
That's
mustard
really
in.
good. Really good. And Myra says, right, no more talk of food. I'm starving. Do you know what? Yeah. Me too. I don't know if you can hear
So
my
there we
stomach
go.
grumbling.
So that's the block done then, you see? So-
Amazing.
Shall we make it again? Shall we do it again? Just because we can. We've got time. Yeah.
All the questions
Yeah.
answered in one go.
There we go. So we've got the large square of
Yeah.
our accent fabric. We're going to fold the corners into, with X marks the spot. And fold the corners into the middle. Just give that a press, just a light press, just to hold it in place rather than to flatten it. And then the other side, opposite sides. I think it's important at this point that you're as accurate as you can with this main square, because if it's just a little bit out, which mine seems to be, you end up with gaps in it. Just slightly annoying.
Karen just says this is genius and has done a clapping hands emoji.
Yeah, it is, and a lot quicker than, because when I first looked at it I thought, oh, I don't know if this is going to be a quick pattern to do, and then once you've made one you're like, oh well, yeah, this is good. So yeah, so we turn it over, and when we bring those corners back in again to the middle. Just give that a bit of a press. Obviously be careful of your fingers when you're pressing like this, because they have a habit of getting in the way.
Well, you know.
Yeah, there we go. And then we turn that over and you've got this crisscross effect, and that's when you take your bonded square. Have I got another one? Should have. Thought I'd put them all bonded. I haven't got a bonded square. I thought I'd cut them all. I probably left them on the table on the other side.
Gemma!
It's all right, don't worry. Oh, they're here on it.
Oh, there you go. Ignore us.
Ignore me,
Gemma.
we're fine.
Lo said our treat when we came home from primary school was a small tin of cold baked beans with bread and butter. She still
Oh,
loves it.
I do like cold baked beans.
I like cold baked beans too, and that's
And
the only way
there's
that I
something
could-
about them eating them from the tin as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Like
the
from
only.
student days.
I could only ever contemplate camping if I knew that I had a backup of baked beans. I ate some out of the tin cold the other day, and Freddie looked at me like I was a heathen,
Yeah.
which I thought was rich coming from him. I'm thinking Christmas fabric for this is a must. Yes, Karen.
Yes, you can do this with
yes,
Christmas.
Yes.
And
Tuesday show we're going to have Christmas fabric. If you haven't already raided our Christmas fabric stash,
lovely.
because we're going to have some beautiful, beautiful. You know how I don't like throwing things away.
Yes.
We're going to have some things that we can make for Christmas and bring out every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's lovely, and there's something, isn't there, about that? There's something nice about opening your Christmas box and taking things out, and
Yep.
the memories that are attached to the.
Well, you make your own. You make.
And
Your
I've still
own,
got things that the boys made when they were little and
Yeah.
stuff, you know, and it's right.
My-
So those are into
My
the
mum
middle.
does.
I'm going to turn it over, and this is the magic bit where we pull the corners out, and it makes that rectangle shape. And as I say, that crease there just sits on the point of your square underneath. And you just give that a press.
Very clever.
And do that with all four corners.
Oh, Myra, yes, I'm with you. She said the first step reminds me of a game we played at school made with paper.
Yes.
Yes,
We used to
yes,
have the colours and the numbers, and you used to do that with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Write little
Karen thought
messages
that
on
she
those.
had some funny food fads, but we are all far more weird than she is. Just saying. Oh, we're comfortable with that.
Yeah, we can live with it.
Yeah, yeah.
The other one that's nice, talking of peanut butter, is peanut butter and chocolate spread, and that's like eating a marathon.
Oh, otherwise known as Snickers.
As no Snicker, yeah.
If we're going like open
Yeah.
fruits.
Some more.
We appear to have stepped back in time about 10 years. This is where I discovered it's actually 20 and I'm stuck in time.
And then we'll take our big background square, which matches the square that we've done in the middle. Now, this is Lisa's suggestion in her pattern, which I thought was a lovely idea. You could use this to make things for children, and you could put pictured fabric on that square there. So like if we use the Lewis and Irene piggy tails fabric, we could fussy cut squares with the animals in.
Beautiful.
And then you could just, like a peekaboo quilt or cushion.
Oh, yeah.
So the
how
children
sweet
can
would
find the
that look?
animals. You could use the primary colours for these squares, couldn't you? And
Yeah.
have really good fun with that.
Like Captain
I
Small
thought that was a lovely idea.
would love that when she's stopped speaking French at me. Carol says, beautiful pattern and fabric. Jane, I'm pleased you're coping with your back pain.
Yes.
Take care. There's a lot of
It's
love.
much better than it was. And as the doctor said, it's keep moving as much as possible, because although, yes, it's painful, it's better than, not doing anything with the muscles, because the muscle needs to start working again.
Yeah. Lo, no, you have gone a step too far, which is unusual for Lo.
Yes, very unusual.
I get really funny looks when I crush cheese and onion crisps into vanilla ice cream. Just no.
Oh, we'll have to try that now.
Try it, you will be converted. No. 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 And how do you ever find that? Were you pregnant when you found that or something? Because that's not normal, surely. Is it?
Don't know.
Is that normal? Like crisp sandwiches.
I'm
all
crisp
about
sandwiches,
that.
yeah.
Like,
I
I
love
mean,
a
if you
crisp
can
sandwich.
double up your carbs, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I love a crisp
We
sandwich.
call Emily Captain Carb because she just, when we have a curry, she has naan bread, rice, poppadoms, like the lot.
Yeah.
In
If you're
fact,
lucky, she shares her poppadoms with you.
Well, yeah. And then when she gets tired, she just rests her chin on the rest of her naan bread.
Well, they are
Apparently,
light and fluffy, aren't
it
they?
makes quite a nice cushion for her. Like, what are you doing, you strange child?
Oh, bless her. So we put the squares. We've marked the diagonal. We put those over the corners, with the diagonal work from the middle to middle of the square underneath. So we're sewing over the corner, and that just puts the seam then and holds the origami in place.
You see, I told you, marathon bars became Snickers in 1990.
Yeah.
So there's me saying, haha, 10 years, bet it was 20. No, actually 30.
years
Thanks,
ago.
Karen.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now I feel really old. We were talking about this the other day. We were listening to Pick of the Pops, and it came...
Pick of the Pops?
Yeah, on the way down, and it was the year 2002. And we were like, that's not very long ago. And then you stop and you think, actually, that's 19 years ago.
Oh, my God.
And then you suddenly think, oh, gosh.
Where does time go? Margaret says that wartime impacts. She said her dad didn't take sugar in his tea because his family decided that they wanted to use the sugar ration for jam making.
Yeah.
You see, suddenly, sugar and lard sandwiches sounds quite frivolous, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Myra's a way to raid the fridge. Or I could have giant marshmallows and dip in chocolate spread. I mean, that would not be wrong. Also, am I the only one that occasionally puts on a movie, lights a candle and then toasts their marshmallows on the candle? Is that wrong?
No, I've heard other people do that.
Yeah.
No?
Yep, yep.
Just don't tell Glenn, because he's like so anti-candles, being the fireman that he is.
Well,
It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's only...
I can have
it's
candles
only
in the
for that.
house, but I'm not allowed to light them.
No, I mean, I have some really beautiful candles. Stephen tried to light them once. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
What are
you
you
can't
doing?
light
They were
them,
like
they're just
£50
decorative.
candles. Stop it. Stop it immediately. He's like, well, they're candles. You light them. I'm like, no,
Not
no, no,
those
no, no, no.
ones.
They've got velvet ribbons round them. You're not lighting those. What are you doing? I thought they were for lighting. No. No. What? Step away. Decorative purposes only. He's like, I don't understand that.
No.
That's fine. Patricia says, I'm sat watching Jane construct this block and I'm in total awe as to how someone comes up with the original idea in the first place, let alone make it. That's Lisa.
That's Lisa for you.
She's down
yeah,
under,
she's just,
so she's obviously upside down with her ideas and it works.
yeah.
Oh
I think
no,
it's just fantastic.
Lo says that when she was pregnant she wanted shellfish all the time and couldn't eat onions.
Yeah.
Elliot is a seafood addict and hate onions. Do you know, I think you're right. I think that passes on because when I was pregnant with Freddie, I just used to eat carton after carton of cherry tomatoes, and Fred's does.
Yeah.
And when I was pregnant with Emily, I ate all the sweets.
Peanut butter and banana sandwiches with Isaac and Granny Smith's, the sharper the better, and Diet Coke, and I couldn't get enough Diet Coke, which is terrible. And Josh is addicted to Diet Coke.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Donna's just got back from her cycle. That sounded very nice though, Donna, I have to say. Chocolate spread and banana sandwiches used to be Donna's go-to.
Yeah. Nice.
Karen says apparently the 80s is vintage, which I think is just rude. I think we're all with you there.
Yeah.
Vintage? Vintage? Come on. I'm going to have a dig about in my loft and see what vintage things I've got snuck away up there then. Vintage.
Vintage.
How rude.
Well,
How very
I'm
rude.
officially antique because when you're over 50, if something's over 50 years old, it's an antique, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to say treasured.
Yeah. Can live with that.
Antique. Oh, that's a nice suggestion. I missed that. Jane said that you could put you could print family photos onto the fabric and have an heirloom quilt.
Yes,
you could
that'd
do it
be
like a family
lovely.
tree.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be a lovely idea?
I'm still sulking about the 80s being vintage.
Take the pins out.
Do you remember when now that's what I call music?
I do.
Yeah, and they're on like now that's what I call 100 about 327. And when it started, and I had like up to number 10.
Yeah.
Had all of them up to like number 10.
I did a smash hits competition and I won. Now that's what I call music too. And a T-shirt. Remember the pig that was on the front? I wore that T-shirt till it fell apart. We don't even have Smash Hits magazine anymore.
No, they don't. Or Top of the Pops. That was a sad day.
Yeah.
We used to be able to stay up later on Top of the Pops night.
I used to love it.
Margaret thought antique was 100 years. Well, maybe they've moved that. Who knows? Morning, Adele. Peanut butter ice cream milkshake. Well, Laurie, you've just upped the ante a bit.
Yes.
Burrell grew up eating peanut butter. Will eat it most anyway. Yeah, you see, I didn't grow up eating peanut butter. That was Stephen brought that joy into my life. Peanut butter just smeared on a bit of pink lady apple.
Oh, yeah.
Delish. But the kids can't have it at school because they've got kids at school with nut allergies, so they can't have anything like that.
With
None of
nuts,
that.
no.
Yeah, you see, Karen says, I've got the first now, that's what I call music cassettes, so I'm obviously vintage. Yeah, you see? Vintage music.
Yeah.
And the cassettes, you see?
Cassette tape as well.
I bet you that Josh and SJ don't know why you need a pencil with a tape.
No.
With
They showed a
cassette
video.
tape.
They showed a clip on YouTube or Facebook or somewhere of showing children, teenagers, like a telephone with a dial and a cassette tape, and one of them picked it up and said, "Well, how do you listen to it?" Flipping it to his ear.
Oh, bless him. Joanna just says, I love the way that Kaif says beige. He does, he's got a real problem with beige. And we were sitting at dinner and beige came up. And it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And he makes a little face with it as well, it's quite funny.
Yeah, she can't imagine Kaif even having anything beige in his house.
No, but he did go through like a white on white phase.
Yes.
So there's tones of white, but don't ever call it beige.
Beige,
For
no.
goodness sakes, don't ever do that. Brandon, down on the bottom floor, because they've got, is it 3-story? They've got the whole. Kate over the years has bought each flat layer
Yes.
in the house, so that he now owns the whole house.
Yeah.
And Brandon has a peaceful garden room, which is sort of whites and creams.
Yeah.
Certainly not beige. But that's the only room that doesn't have an abundance of colour in it.
Yeah.
And it's got one of Cave's pictures from when he went through his sort of whites stage.
Yeah.
Now you see Elizabeth loves peanuts, loves butter, hate peanut butter. You see, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. My husband won't give it the time of day.
Really?
Yeah, but he loves butter and peanuts. Yeah. But if you said peanut butter to him, he'd be like, mm. Or Marmite. He doesn't like Marmite either, and I love Marmite.
Have you ever tried cheese and Marmite bread and butter pudding?
Oh no,
It's a bit special.
that sounds nice.
Should I do some for lunch? I
Yes.
could bake one. Curses, I remember Smash Hits. When I first started buying it, I got £1 pocket money a week and spent 42p of it once a fortnight on Smash Hits. Loved reading the lyrics. Yeah!
Yeah,
So whenever
it
those
is.
songs that you didn't know the lyrics, you had to get Smash Hits and hope they had the lyrics in,
Yeah.
because otherwise you wouldn't know what they were actually singing about.
So you make, for the table run, you make 5 of the blocks, and then you'll put a piece of sashing in between each one,
Pretty.
like so, and at the ends, and then you put a piece that you join them together, and then a piece of sashing either end.
Gorgeous. Isn't that pretty?
And then you do your border of your accent fabric that you've used in the middle. So it gives you, you'd have another strip, wouldn't you, going across here.
Beautiful.
But you see, you don't have to make all 5 blocks. You could just do 4 and make it into a cushion front. You could just do
Pretty.
1
What?
and make it into, you know, a smaller cushion front.
Well, I mean, if you buy, that's the thing. If you buy the pattern where you can do different things, you've got
Yeah.
the table runner, and then you've got lots of
Bag
options
front,
to make it into
yeah,
other things.
lots of options.
Heather says that my son makes ice cream milkshakes with Bailey's ice cream. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Bailey's ice cream, nice, yeah. So yeah, it's a lovely block to make, and it's really quite straightforward. Once you've made that first one and got your head around the
Yeah.
folding side of it, they come together really quickly, and they're so effective, aren't they? And so pretty. And like we said, you know, popping the candle in the middle on your table really adds a. And because now you can get all these battery operated candles, you can get the big pillar ones as well, can't you? Which would look rather stunning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you got one?
yeah, we've got one kicking about somewhere. It might be in the battery drawer, or over on the side there somewhere.
Has it got?
It has.
So you know that's quite
That's the one.
quite
Not
pretty,
the piddly little
isn't
one.
it? That's quite nice in the middle of your table centre.
Oh, that's beautiful. Let me show you that from the front. Yes and yes. On
So
the
just sort
sideboard
of-
with that.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
look really lovely, wouldn't it?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Gorgeous.
And as we said, you know, Christmas fabrics, perfect, you know, because you really do dress your tables up, don't you, Christmas
Of course you do.
time?
Of course you do.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, thank you.
So there we go. That was
Could you
only-
ask Jane to put the other colourway in the middle?
Oh, the
Um,
other version, this one.
Oh,
Yeah, that gives you a different option, doesn't it?
yeah. I mean, you could alternate, couldn't you? That
Yeah,
would give
you
you
could
a
do
different
I mean,
look as well.
You've got the same amount of this fabric and the accent fabric, so you can decide for yourself which way around you want to do it, or if you want to just have a few of one colour and a few of another.
Beautiful.
It's really pretty. I love this colourway. It's really summery.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
That on a pine table would look gorgeous,
Oh,
wouldn't
yes,
it?
yeah.
Really nice.
Lovely.
Or any coloured table, really, to be fair. Oh, fabulous, Jane. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
So much. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Monday is Lisa's block of the month.
Yay!
And
Which
it
one are you
is
on?
Top left.
Top left.
It's the
This one.
the maple leaf,
How lovely. That's
which is
pretty.
beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
You've got little tiny Suffolk puffs in there.
It's a stunner.
Very
So,
nice.
Guess what I'm going to be doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful
Oh, yeah.
fabrics.
That's what I will be doing. And cutting up all of those, getting them ready for Monday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Super duper.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Christmas.
Tuesday, Christmas. Yes.
And then,
Do you know what we're going to do? Shall I tell you what we're going to do
Yeah.
with our Christmas fabrics?
yes.
We are going to make reusable Christmas crackers
Oh, how lovely.
because I hate how much waste.
Yeah.
And also these you can put like proper gifts in rather than plastic.
Yeah.
I was going to say crap, rubbish.
Junk, yeah.
Yeah, junk also
Yeah.
a better word. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, that's nice. That'll be something to look forward to.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. Everyone's saying that they'd like you to take care of yourself.
I will, thank you. Yes, I will. I have been. Glenn's been fabulous. He's been looking after me.
Oh, good man. Good man. And Kerry says, thank you for your help with the K fabric. I don't feel I helped you because I didn't actually manage to get you any yet, but I was to look out for it. Yes, her 4-year-old decided to decorate the K fabric with black currant pop. I mean, at least it was
Oh.
something colourful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Myra's says, it's been great today, having my snack and a sleep. Well, I think I'm going to have to get a
I
snack
think we
now.
all feel like that now.
That's that's a given. Righty ho, people. We will see you.
Don't forget to look out for your Friday newsletter.
Oh yeah, because it's stuffed full of goodies. The more we clear, ready for our move, the more goodies get shoved in there. So I
Yes.
mean, carefully scheduled. So do look out for that. And would anybody object this month if, whilst we get everything sorted and organised, the Pay It Forward project, which, by the way, thank you, your support for that has been phenomenal. The number of you that
Amazing.
have taken up that offer has been absolutely phenomenal. It's blown me away. We've had to load more because
That's fantastic.
yeah, because so many of you want to make these, and it's just going to be absolutely lovely. And I think we will, instead of having a guest designer takeover day this month, we'll do that on that last Friday of the month, and then we'll put it into a regular slot. We'll then discuss what we're going to do going forward with it,
Yeah.
and then go forward with it.
Yeah,
And then
lovely
the following
idea.
month's guest designer takeover, I think, is going to be Sarah Payne.
Oh, how lovely. In our new studio.
In our new studio.
Exciting.
Absolutely. Will I find you? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
So that's where we're at with all of that.
Oh, how lovely. That's exciting.
There you go. Marion says, fantastic demonstration. I'm looking forward to making mine. You will. You'll have a fantastic
You'll
time.
love it. It's such fun. It is really good
If
fun.
Jane can do it on drugs.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Then everybody else will be fine.
Anybody can do it.
Absolutely fine. Thank you so much. As ever, thank you, Lisa, for creating these incredible things that we get to play with.
Yes, it's lovely.
And in your generosity with sharing with us. I was going to say across the pond, across the world.
Across the world. The other side of the world.
And thank goodness for technology that allows us to do so.
Yeah.
So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you on Monday with our block of the month.
How lovely.
Give us a wave, Jane.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Stay
Bye.
sewing. Stay safe.